More and more good news continues to come out for the San Francisco 49ers. I actually just tweeted this and I'm curious if you agree. But I said 49er fans have experienced 3 years worth of news in the last 7 days, it feels like. It feels like we have gotten so much information, so many different situations and experiences in the last 7 days from Ayuk to Pearsall to the 53-man roster cut down to there's just so many things. Obviously, Trent Williams today, and now this. And again, like I said, it's good news. So don't you worry. The San Francisco 49ers have converted $6.79 million of defensive tackles Maliek Collins' salary into a signing bonus that frees up 5.432 million in cap space for 2024. Now, obviously, the San Francisco 49ers traded for Malik Collins. They gave up a seventh round draft pick. They obviously take on his contract. That's probably why he only cost a seventh rounder. And as you can see, they're already making manipulations to that contract. But the crazy thing about this is obviously, as we know, with the Brandon Ayuk extension, it actually created cap space for this season. Obviously, with this, it created cap space for this season. And one would assume when Trent Williams signs, it will create cap space for this season. So, as the cap currently stands for the San Francisco 49ers, they are the number one ranked team in available cap space right now with $50.5 million. That's crazy work. Again, this is why I stopped hemming and hawing over, oh, you pay this guy that and this guy this. What about the cap? What about this? What about that? Listen, there are so many triggers and loopholes that obviously the 49ers have built into these contracts where they can shift a couple things around and open up cap space. One of the things that they do all the time is convert base salary into signing bonus. It creates cap space. So it's just effectively taking that money and paying it up front and it opens cap. So again, it's just one of the reasons. There's many reasons, but it's one of the reasons why I really do not spend any time stressing over how much a player gets paid because after seeing all of this, just like you're seeing with Trent Williams still has 3 years on his deal, but he's about to get a new one because there's no guaranteed money on it. So, again, what we saw when he was paid originally, it looks huge, it looks grandiose, but how often do these guys actually realize and execute and play out every single year of that contract? It's very rare almost to do that. So, that's why, again, I would urge you as a 49er fan, stop worrying about the 49ers money. When it's time to worry, you will have much smarter people than me be able to identify where the pitfalls are happening. Obviously, it feels like the 49ers are preparing for the future with Brock Purdy and potentially other players. Who knows if there are other conversations happening behind closed doors with some of this money. Maybe they can front load and do some things, get some guys signed, maybe a Diamador Lenore. I don't know. But again, when you look at this situation, this is a perfect example of stop stressing about the 49ers money. They've got it figured out. That's why Parag Marathe, like when it comes to all of this stuff, my only gripe with him is timing. Other than that, he's clearly proven to be able to build out contracts that not only stand alone and are able to sustain in a standalone sense, but to be able to stack on top of other contracts. So that again, just my humble advice to you as a fan. We've seen so many comments about, oh, this guy's not worth that. This guy's not worth this, that, and the other thing. And it's just like, what detriment is that to you? As long as the 49ers have cap flexibility, in order to be able to continue to make moves and continue to build a sustainable roster. That's all you should care about. And what we're seeing is Christian McCaffrey got paid, Jawan Jennings got paid, Brandon Ayuk got paid, and Trent Williams is about to get paid, and the 49ers will still have the most cap space in the NFL when it is all said and done. So I do really think it's important, especially for things that, like, if we don't fully understand them, like the cap, I only think there's a select few people who do. Like, hey, even when it comes to people who do what we do, what I do, I look at Lombardi, I look at Spotrac, I look at multiple different resources when it comes to these situations, just because it's so far over my head. Like, I've obviously learned more and more with each and every contract negotiation. I learned a ton with this Brandon Ayuk thing, but again, it's just let's chill a little bit on being so, like, ramped up about players getting paid. That should be a good thing. That should be a thing that you want. That should be a thing that continues to point towards success of your team. The fact that you have players who are deserving of a market value contract is a good thing. So I think it's time for us to kind of switch the narrative a little bit. Time for us to stop hammering home on pocket watching what these players are making, because even when we think we know what the contract looks to be, it's not what it is actually, right? There are dummy years, there are void years, there are loopholes, there are these types of things where you can take the salary and convert it to a roster bonus and clear up space. You can cut a player outright, kind of, or release a player, kind of like what the 49ers did with Eric Armstead. The point of what I'm saying is this team and all of these teams will figure out how to maneuver the cap. And I would say, for your own mental health, let's not stress about the cap all that much. I took that advice back in 2021 when the 49ers were heading into free agency with $15 million in cap space. They had to pay Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk, and a bunch of other players. And they made Kyle Juszczyk the highest paid fullback. They made Trent Williams the highest paid left tackle. They signed Alex Mack and a bunch of other players. I think they signed Samson Ebukam. They signed a bunch of players. And then at the end of it, they had more cap space when it was all said and done. So that's my high horse speech. You don't have to listen to me. If you want to keep yelling about the cap and what these players make, go for it. But again, just to give you a little bit of insight into why I don't, I think it's a bit of a waste of energy, is basically what I'm coming to. And when it is time to be concerned about it, the people who know will let us know, and that's when we go, okay, it's time to be concerned. Right now, I don't think so. But let me know what you guys think about this restructure to Maliek Collins. Let me know what you think about all the cap space the 49ers have right now, and what you think about the 49ers' long-term success when it comes to cap health. Let me know in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.